A major incident has been declared across parts of the south coast of England and the Channel Isles. As Storm Ciarán brings heavy rain and strong winds, with flood and red danger to life warnings issued for several areas.
Many schools and airports have been forced to close, with widespread travel disruption also expected across road and rail networks. Aruna Iyengar has the very latest.
Waves crashing over the seawall in Devon. A car is washed into the sea. This is Penzance in Cornwall. And there's heavy rainfall and flooding across the country. Areas of Northern Ireland have been flooded. This is the scene in Newry. Storm Ciarán is unleashing its power across the country. Hampshire County Council has declared a major incident for residents in Hampshire and the Isle of Wight. Many schools are putting safety first and will be shut in Hampshire, Southampton and Devon. Amber wind warnings, the second highest level of alert, are in place for parts of the south coast. Gusts are expected to reach 70 to 80 miles per hour in the south, and 20 to 30 millimetres of rain is expected to fall today.
There's a lot of trees in Jersey along the roads, so some of them will probably fall down. Issues with a lot of the roofs as well, slates and things flying about and causing damage.
The storm struck the Channel Islands last night. Jersey and Guernsey have seen some of their worst storm conditions in decades.
So there's been a lot of structural damage, a lot of roofs in, chimneys down, trees are down obviously, a lot of roads are blocked, there's a lot of debris out on the roads.
They were preparing yesterday. Flood defences were put in place. Schools across the islands are closed. Flights are grounded at Guernsey and Alderney airports. People have been asked not to stockpile goods after supermarket shelves were stripped. National Highways has issued a warning to drivers in the southeast, saying there's risks of cars being blown over. They're also warning about flooded roads. Train and ferry companies are also warning of severe disruption to services. They're asking customers to check online before they travel. The advice is to stay indoors unless you have to go out. Aruna Iyengar, BBC News.
Let's return to a major incident which has been declared across parts of the south coast of England and the Channel Islands. Storm Ciarán is bringing heavy rain, strong winds of more than 100 miles per hour to areas which are already under flood and red danger to life warnings.
So we know that more than 300 schools have been forced to close, several airports, widespread travel disruption also expected across road and rail networks.
We can show you the view from St Albans Bay in Jersey this morning. Now, look, we've had reports of gusts of up to 102 miles per hour. 40 people who live there have been evacuated from their homes to hotels because of damage to roofs or windows of their homes. We understand flights and ferries to Jersey and Guernsey are cancelled all day, understandably, as well as Charlie was saying, schools closed too.
Let's have a look at the situation in West Dorset. So here we are at Lyme Regis, just near the harbour there. And I suppose what you get a sense of there is the impact it's having in terms of the ocean front and some of the waves coming in. I mean, in some ways, relatively sheltered there. But
hello, a very good morning. You're watching the Early Rundown. Leading the news today, Storm Ciarán has battered parts of the UK overnight. A red warning, that's the UK's highest level, was issued for Jersey, where more than 30 people have been relocated due to damage to their homes, and 3 people have been taken to accident and emergency. And amber wind warnings are in place for parts of England's south coast. Well, images from Devon show the coastline being lashed by waves. The Met Office has warned of coastal gusts of 70 to 80 miles an hour, with the potential for 85 miles an hour. In the Channel Islands, there's a red warning in place, and overnight, videos show lightning striking Jersey as Storm Ciarán hits the English Channel. Sky's Ashna Hurnag sent this report from the island.
The storm has arrived in Jersey, and they know it's not to be messed with. These shores are set to see gale force winds of up to 90 miles per hour, with the danger to life warning in place. Those facing it head-on are wary of what to expect. Yanis has run this guest house and restaurant on the seafront for over 30 years.
It's a high tide this time, so the water could be hitting us, you know. I don't know how it's going to hit us, how bad it would be, because I never experienced anything like this, being windy and have the high tide as well.
Residents too are piling up the sandbags, knowing they may not stand a chance. A view they relish in the summer, they may now come to regret.
It's concerning. I'm hoping it's not going to be too bad, but, yeah, fingers crossed. That's all we can hope for, really.
For some, the worry has seeped into panic. Fresh produce on supermarket shelves are increasingly hard to find. Ferries and flights are grounded, and schools and colleges will be shut. All non-essential hospital procedures have been cancelled too.
They've said that this storm was on the way, and now that it's finally here, you can really feel the full force of it. The worry is these sandbags are going to be completely useless when this road is expected to be swamped.
Jersey is the first place Storm Ciarán has hit. In the UK, they've been preparing for their turn throughout the day. The southwest of England is preparing to bear the brunt.
We know this is going to bring us exceptional weather. We've already got 6 flood warnings out around Devon and Cornwall coast, and we know that we are looking at probably 2 weeks of rain in 24 hours.
In Dawlish, they're used to flooding, but no one knows just how bad this will be.
This all needs to be shut. We need to shut the door, shut the gates, and then they get slotted in, and we've actually got a key, so they lock into place, and no water should get in. Well, because we don't want the shop wrecked, do we? It's a family business.
Bracing for a storm that's already battering Jersey. The message to all here is to stay at home. Ashna Haranag, Sky News in Jersey.